my little party animals. Hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you, and we are back into hashtag New Year, New Save. So we are continuing on in Willow Creek. This is the second house that we are building for this. The first one, if you remember, was the Legal Eagle starter. So that one was the build. It was a starter home, and it was created for a lawyer who had just gotten out of law school, just started working at a practice. She's going to become a judge someday, and she has purchased a small little house down in Willow Creek. It's super cute. I really liked that one. This is her next door neighbor. So this is the other 20 by 15 lot in that kind of, I don't know if you want to call it like the starter neighborhood of Willow Creek. I feel like that's kind of, whenever you first start playing The Sims, or if you're going to move your Sims into a new house, this neighborhood in Willow Creek is kind of like the starter area. So this is the second starter house for that area. The rest of the houses in this area are still going to be relatively on the inexpensive side, but they're probably not going to be, under 20,000 simoleons or anything like that. This one, I believe, ended up being 21 or 22,000, but all I did was move in 2 Sims and I built with the money that they had. So if you have 2 Sims and you move them into this house, you should have absolutely no problem moving them in. They should have plenty of money to be able to do that. And I thought this house was super cute. It is very similar to the Legal Eagle starter, and there's a reason for that. It's because while I am doing this New Year, New Save, I'm trying to go with kind of a consistent theme to the buildings for each of the worlds and each of the neighborhoods. So this being Willow Creek, I am going with a more kind of older suburban-y feel. It's not like all that new construction kind of style building. It is definitely something that you would see in, suburbia or whatever you want to call it, but it's not, new construction. It's not like every house looks exactly the same, but they do all have some similarities. They all have, kind of ornate as far as, a starter home is concerned, like the pillars and all that kind of stuff. It's just a little bit older in style, but these are pretty generic homes that I am going for, especially in this area of Willow Creek. I think it's super cute. I love building houses like this. I am excited to continue going with Willow Creek because this is one of my favorite styles to build with. So going forward, we are going to continue with this kind of general style in Willow Creek. Obviously, not all the houses are going to be the same. We will be getting some 2-story houses coming up soon. And then, of course, once we get to the more expensive areas, we're going to do some much bigger houses. I'm kind of thinking of going with, some colonials, maybe some Victorians. I guess we'll kind of see what happens and what works out when I build, because sometimes, and if you're a builder, let me know if this is a thing that you do too. Sometimes you go into a build with like a very specific idea or even a floor plan or, reference pictures or something, and you kind of start building and it just turns into something totally different. And even though it does turn out to be totally different, usually it ends up being kind of better than what you planned. And I foresee that happening a lot for this save file. I guess we'll see what happens. But this is called the Business Buddies Starter. So I wanted to do, I'm trying to create like an actual world. So I'm trying to create little tiny stories within each of the houses. I'm trying to kind of commingle people. So, maybe some of the characters or some of the Sims that live in this area, maybe they have family that lives in San Myshuno, or their parents live in a different area of Willow Creek. Maybe they're friends with their next door neighbors. Maybe they hate their next door neighbors. I have been going in for each of these houses. I say each of these houses, there's 2 so far, but I have been going in, and in my library, I've been keeping some fairly detailed notes of like, these people are friends with their neighbors. They're, so-and-so's parents live in Oasis Springs, and kind of, just trying to come up with some backstories and really working with MC Command Center so I can actually give them these backstories. So anybody that's supposed to be related or supposed to be friends, they are going to have those relationships built up to a certain degree. They also have some skills already provided. They all are going to have the appropriate jobs and the appropriate degrees if they went to college or something. So this Business Buddies starter, it is 2 friends who live together, of course, in this house in Willow Creek. And one of them is in the business career. He has a degree from, I think they both have degrees from Brightchester. I'm not 100% positive. I don't actually remember because I cheated it. But one of them does have a communications degree, and he is going to be a businessman, so he is in the business field. And then the other sim that lives in this house has a computer science degree, and he is in the engineering field. So I thought it was really cute, maybe these 2 were roommates in college, or they knew each other in college, and they decided, now that we are, putting on our big boy pants, we're leaving college, we finally finished, let's rent or buy a house in Willow Creek together, and let's move in and kind of save some money until we are able to purchase our own homes, or, move into with somebody else, whether it be our significant other or what have you. So I thought this was a cute little, just starter home for 2 roommates. This is also perfect if you wanted to use this as like a very small family home. There are, of course, 2 bedrooms. One of them does have a double bed. I'm sure if you finagled it around a little bit, you could get the double bed functional on both sides. But I have heard recently that people have been having issues with their Sims not being able to kind of like just scooch into the bed if it is up against a wall. So just keep that in mind if you do download this, that you may need to change the positioning of the double bed in that room. But, it is what it is. We obviously have limitations within the game that we can't do too much about. But this is a really cute home. You could definitely make this for a single dad or a single mom. You could make it for a small family. You could have a single sim and have a guest room, or completely obliterate that second room and turn it into an office or an art room. Whatever it is that you choose to do, this house is up on the gallery for you to be able to download and kind of put your own little spin on it. As far as I can tell, this house is fully functional. I did move the Sims in so that way I could take some screenshots. So you will see them in one of the screenshots. I think these 2 Sims are super cute. I wish I could remember their names off the top of my head. I think one of them is Matthew, but I can't remember the other one's name. I don't know. I'm not very good with naming because I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of drawn to the same names over and over again. So I've been using a lot of the randomize feature within Create a Sim when I am making Sims for the save file. So that way, they're not all named the same thing, because that would be silly. You can't have everybody in the world named one name. That would be crazy. So anyway, we are coming towards the end of this build. I really do hope you guys enjoy this. I do hope you are enjoying New Year, New Save. I hope 2020 is starting off amazing for you. It's going great for me so far. I am pretty, just happy with life and my channel in general. So thank you guys so much for being there for me. If you did enjoy this video, definitely give it a thumbs up down below. If you're new here, or you're not new here but you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. And don't forget, I stream on Thursdays and Fridays over on Twitch at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So after you are finished watching this video, which should release right around then, you can hop on over to Twitch and come visit me. Thank you guys again so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!